Probably now you're asking yourself, how can I start off with Japanese? Here are some hints. First hint, start with some books and dictionaries. Try to buy a Japanese textbook with explanations written in your mother language. I really recommend you to buy Japanese textbooks with CDs in the beginning so that you can have an idea of pronunciation. Try to buy a Japanese-English dictionary and an English-Japanese dictionary. This is a YG10, which means, we have subtitles here. Japanese-English dictionary. And this is an AWA-G10, which according to subtitles means English-Japanese dictionary. And these are for your study at home. And this is a pocket dictionary, an English, Japanese, Japanese, English pocket dictionary, and this is really helpful when you're on the streets. I bought them a long time ago, and well, you can find them in any Japanese bookstore in Japan, or if you don't live in Japan, you can order them easily. But if you live in Japan, I really recommend you to visit a second-hand bookstore in your neighborhood. Why? Because you can find dictionaries, books and comic books for a very reasonable price and in perfect shape at second-hand bookstores in Japan. That's my suggestion. If you intend to go further with your Japanese studies, and I really advise you to do so, I'd like to recommend you two books. One is a handbook of Japanese usage written by Father Johan. This is a grammar reference book with explanations in Japanese and in English. It has thousands of example sentences that you can use in everyday conversation, written in Japanese, in Romanized Japanese, and their translations in English. Definitely a very good book. The second one is 13 Secrets for Speaking Fluent Japanese. This is a book about conversation written by Murray. He's a bilingual advertising copywriter, translator, editor and publisher, and he's really into mangas. So he presents hints about conversation using mangas. Really good stuff. I often come back to these books and I think they're really good, and they should belong to your bookshelf as well. Second hint on how to start off with your Japanese. Resources on YouTube. Yes. There are very good YouTubers who can offer you complete courses on Japanese society, Japanese language, and Japanese culture. In this video, I would like to introduce you to 3 channels I have often watched so far. I'll keep searching for more channels on Japanese culture, language and society, and I would like to introduce them in the future. Let's start with Kanji Keith. Keith has been living in Japan for over 8 years. He is interested in language acquisition and he studies Japanese, Japanese Sign Language, and Chinese. His videos are great. I like a particular video where he reads a Japanese book. He starts reading the book in loud voice, and when he doesn't understand a word, he says, "Oh, I don't understand this word, but I'll try to read further and I'll try to grasp the meaning." So, doing this exercise in loud voice, he's showing us how to try to read a book in a language which is not your native language. I really recommend his channel. He has lots of hints on how to learn a foreign language. The second channel I would like to introduce you is Japanese for Morons. It belongs to Victor. Victor has been living in Japan for over 18 years. He's our senpai here. He's a very productive YouTuber. Japanese for Morons is a series dedicated to people who don't know anything about Japanese. So you start from zero. His humor and his way of presenting things make the videos really interesting. He has other channels such as Give Me a Break Man, Give Me a Flake Man, and Victor in the Word. This last one completely in Japanese. He has lots of hints about Japanese culture, society, and language. He has a very cute French bulldog called Maggie. Make sure to watch his series Japanese for Morons and Street Kanji. Really great stuff. The third channel I'd like to introduce you is That Japanese Girl. I don't know her name, but she's full of energy and she has a very good sense of humor. She makes videos on Japanese culture, Japanese society, and Japanese language. She's originally from Kansai area, and she has many videos on Kansai dialect. Kansai dialect is very popular in Japan. So if you live in Kansai and you want to give a try, watch her videos on Kansai dialect, and if you try hard, if you speak the dialect, I think you can make many friends. My favorite videos from That Japanese Girl channel are Seiyana and how to speak or how to use sugoi and kawaii like a real Japanese person. Really great stuff. Please check this channel out. Third hint on how to start off with Japanese. Some useful tools like your mobile phone. Yes, your mobile phone. You can use your mobile phone to study Japanese. I'll tell a story. A friend of mine came from Brazil to Japan last year because he has many relatives here, and he visited his relatives and he decided to come to Miyazaki City to visit me. He decided to rent a mobile phone in his stay in Japan. So I took him to some places here in Miyazaki City, and one evening we went to a very fancy izakaya, which is a traditional Japanese bar. We were talking, we were drinking, and then he needed to go to the bathroom. Okay. He went, and after maybe 30 seconds he came back holding his his mobile phone, and he showed me 2 pictures he took. In one picture there was the Chinese character for man, and in the other picture there was the Chinese character for woman. And then he asked me, where should I go into? Well, immediately I know that he took the pictures of the signs on the men's bathroom. That's why the character for man, and the sign on the women's bathroom. That's why the character for woman. So I showed him, you should go to this bathroom, men's bathroom, and everything was okay. But you know, I was really surprised because he used his mobile phone in a very productive way. He didn't know what to do, so he was really proactive and took the pictures and asked someone who knew the meaning, and then he could decide what to do. And that's great. So if you have your mobile phone, make good use of it. If you're on the streets and you don't know, you see a sign or you don't know what that means, take a picture and you can ask your Japanese friends, or if you're married to a Japanese, you can ask your Japanese spouse or relatives what that means. I think it's a good way to study. I really recommend it. Well, I think it's pretty much what I wanted to say about learning Japanese in this video. Remember, learning Japanese is a continuous process. You have to practice the language every day. I hope this video can help you. And I also hope the next video in this series can help you too. Don't miss it. Ominagashi naku. Leave me comments, ask me questions, and rate my video. This is Alex from the Kyushunotabibito channel. Thanks for watching.